Good morning, everybody. How is everyone doing today? Welcome to the live stream. My name's Dan. This is Tweet FEV. Oh, man. Had a really nice week away from everything. How's everybody doing? Hopefully y'all got a chance to go fly today, tomorrow, yesterday, this week. Who knows? Get out and go fly. Had a really good time. Went on a little family vacation. Got out of the state. And got to go see some new stuff. New terrain. New things. It was a really, really good time. Can't wait to do it again. Morning, Lawrence. Thanks for being here. First, as usual, One Vision Ariel. Good morning. How you doing? Lob Art. Busy at the track. Hitting it up. Man, I haven't raced in almost 2 months now. I'm pretty sure my grip's pretty much done at this point. Ain't nobody really interested in flying anymore. Rex Cepeda, how you doing this morning? Glad to have you here. Brandon Baked Beans, how is it going? Is this the Cola? No, this is not the Cola 6. This was my AOS 5. And I can't remember exactly where that was. Where was that? That was... I'm trying to look it up here. Sorry, guys. I think that was out in Sedona, Arizona, or around there. Nice little hike, pretty cool little spot to fly. Got a chance to fly a few packs on vacation. I take my drones with me every vacation I go on, and this is pretty much the first one I've actually gotten a chance to go and fly. Most of them are usually jam-packed with family activities, and I don't have any time to interrupt the fun with my hobbies. So it was nice to actually get a chance to go do something with them. But, I'm always loaded for bear. Just don't always get a chance to do things. But, family time comes first. My hobby is definitely second. But, yeah, that was my AOS 5 on a GoPro Session 5. Really starting to realize how piss poor the video quality is on the Session. I think it's getting a little long in the tooth. The form factor is hard to beat. And I got 2 of these sessions, and I don't know, man, the video quality is just not there anymore compared to the other things that I've been flying lately. But, it's hard to give up that weight. Hoping that something more appropriate form factor-wise comes out. But we'll see. Bart, good morning. How you doing? Got to dive the butt rock. Yeah, not the butt. Free range chicken. Good morning. William Tan, how you doing? Wrong way FPV. Good morning, everybody. Athix, how are you doing? Totally forgot to reply to you. Where I was all week, I had like little to no internet, so I kind of not super present on social media this last week, but yeah. Everybody's got to take a break every once in a while, you know what I mean? Oh, yeah. New terrain. Andy Taylor, how you doing this morning? Thomas Kelly, good morning, man. How you doing? L. Leston, how you doing? And Bobby Bags, good morning. Brandon McBean says you usually get to sneak out one day for a couple hours and maybe a couple nights, whether I'm on vacation. Yeah, I probably could, but my wife packs 10 pounds in a 5-pound bag on every vacation. It's awesome that she does it, but like by the time there's free time, it's usually like, well, let's hit the pool or just go to bed. That and also juggling a 8 now 9-year-old. Her birthday was Friday. She is 9, and actually today is my 18th anniversary. So I would hit a button to make a cheering sound, but here we go. That's as close as I got. Oh man. Andy Taylor, I try to fly every day after work. I would love to do that. I can make a million excuses of why I don't. The area I live in is flat, boring, right? Shit here besides concrete and water. Man, it's hot as hell all the time. Like out in Arizona, it was hot. Like stick your face in the oven hot, but I'll tell you what, everybody says, well, it's a dry heat and humidity. Like they're right. Like, as soon as I got home, I'm sweating my butt off in my house with the AC on. It is so much more humid here. And that humidity makes a huge difference. Like 98 degrees with a very slight breeze, that dry heat. I was fine. I was loving it. It was really nice. Really nice. Ryan, how you doing? You don't like the day counter? Yeah, it is what it is. All the stuff with the NPRM and the commenting period. Every one of you that's watching this that didn't comment, not that it would make a difference. This is what happens. This is kind of a doom and gloom thing. We're definitely going to talk a lot about remote ID. It's not set in stone what it all means. If you go just strictly off the verbiage of the ruling, it sounds really, really, really bad. I work in the aviation industry, and we get the advisement circulars all the time where they actually kind of like explain what it is they meant, because it is what it is. We're still kind of waiting to see what happens, but if you're watching this and you're in the market for a bind and fly, you better get on it and start buying now, because in about 33 days, supposedly they can't be sold in the United States. Whether that's actually going to happen or not, like keep an eye on Race Day Quads, Get FPV, Pyrodrone, places like that. Look at their selection for bind and flies. I can see it doing one of two things: either the price is dropping hard, or the price going up because of the demand. I have no doubt that China will keep importing drones and all the things that we're not supposed to have. They're going to keep importing all that stuff. They don't care. Dollar's a dollar. It doesn't matter where it's coming from for the manufacturers. But you may want to start looking around. If it's something that you may be in the market for, now's the time to do it. And then for everybody else, we've got about a year before we actually really have to start following remote ID. So basically, the way it is right now, in 33 days, anything that's sold as a bind and fly has to have remote ID installed in it from the factory, from the manufacturer, on a pre-built UAV. And just so everybody knows it, UAS includes fixed wing, foamies, things like that. Anything over 250 grams is a unmanned aerial system. Not just, well, not that's too late, but not just drones. We're talking fixed wing and all that stuff. This is the death of the hobby. And then a year and a couple days from now is it's when all of us have to start following the mandates, whatever they end up being, after it's all explained and fleshed out. But we still have to kind of wait. This is not. Nothing is really going into action yet. It sucks. It sucks. Morton Upshot, how you doing this morning? Yeah, the remote counter is depressing. It is depressing. I hope it is depressing to you. And this is Canada's not doing remote ID. Just wait. Just wait. Build kits only. No, not build kits only. It's anything that's pre-built. Heard they literally changed the date this week to next year in a month. Well, that would be interesting if that is true. I hope it's true. on the FAA's FAA.gov.us. It is effective date September 16th, 2022. Manufacturers and producers of UAS must comply with the final rules requirements. So unless maybe they just didn't update their website, but this is like this page here is like the layman's terms of what is going on, and this is just kind of what I'm going off of. I would hope that if they change this, would be soon, but I would see a lot of stuff making a lot of changes here in the next year, either to the ruling or the explanation of the ruling, or actually having products come out to be in compliance with this. Just for fun, I poked around on the internet for remote ID, and there are a bunch of remote ID modules out there. The ones that I saw were mostly for the French market. I'm not sure if they've had remote ID in place for a while, or if it's something new to those guys. But it was interesting to find those. So we'll see. I hope they don't get hurt by this, our beloved FE stores. Well, Tyler Brennan at one point said he will put everything he has on the line to fight this. And it almost, I think, from what I remember, again, this is my memory, it kind of sucks. It almost sounded like he was willing to put his entire operation in the way of this. So we'll see. We'll see. I know they've sunk a ton of money into the initial court case that basically the judge just went, go pound sand. It stands the way it is. But it is what it is. Sub 250 right now is about the only loophole that you can find, and even for 107 pilots, I don't believe the 250 rule applies. I believe it's anything 107 is going to require remote ID, and compared to the recreationalist, and of course I'm not a legal expert, and I'm just reading snippets here and there and trying to interpret the way I do. I may be wrong, maybe right. Who knows? It sounds like if you're going to do remote, if you are a 107 pilot, every drone you fly has to have its own dedicated remote ID module in it, or on it, or however they're going to work that out. Whereas if you're a recreationalist, you could have one module that you could swap between quads, planes, basically anything other than a hot air balloon. But kind of got to wait and see at this point. There's not much we can do about it besides just comply or not. That's really what it's going to come down to. Most of us are flying illegally as it is. Do you have a ham operator's license or a ham technician license? No? Then you're probably not in compliance anyways with some sort of rule. So I don't know. I'm sure most people will just take this and go pack sand and just keep flying. But we'll see. I don't see law enforcement giving really two F's about this, but it'll probably be something like the average Karen finds out about this, and that's when the problems will start. Expander, how you doing? Welcome to the depressing stream. We're going to talk about the U.S., the FAA, and all the fun stuff that's going to happen or possibly happen. But yeah, I'm still fine with it. Yeah, I agree. Like there needs to be. So Congress does this all the time. They say this needs to be done. You organization, go do it. It's for a lot of things, not just this, but there's a lot of things I don't want to get into because I don't want to wreck the channel. And then groups go, or organizations in the government, they're like, okay, we'll make this happen. They've appeased their bosses, Congress, and they said, hey, we've done something. It may not be good for the people that they're doing it to, and things will get massaged and refined until things work out. Like there's always, the pendulum's got to swing one way then the other. So right now we're on the upswing of the pendulum, or downswing, whatever you want to think of it. But eventually this will probably get massaged into a way that makes sense, at least to the average person. But I don't know. Brandon Baked Bean says, I don't think the FAA knows what's going on, but probably just waiting till corporate drone says ready to launch, snap the rug. No, I don't think so. The FAA isn't doing this because they want to do this. They're doing this because they're being mandated by Congress to do it. That's how things happen. Get a government contract and try to get paid. It's things don't happen until a congressman or a congressperson gets involved and says, "Hey, do stuff." And then they do stuff. You don't do the dishes until someone tells you to do the dishes. It's not like you want to do the dishes. But anyways, yeah. Are they demanding licenses at that point? Well, licenses. They already kind of do have a licensing process. The trust test is what you have to purchase a drone. I don't think anybody under the age of 16 is actually allowed to fly a drone as far as this stuff goes. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure 16, you can't fly a drone if you're under 16, or a fixed wing. I say drone, UAS, anything that flies above 250 grams. You gotta be 16 up, I believe. I could be wrong. But as far as licensing goes, that trust test is your licensing. And then as a recreationalist, you have to register all your drones that are over 250 grams. It's a one-time fee, or it's a one fee for all of your fleet that renews every 3 years, I believe. I think it needs to be renewed. God, it's been a while since I've done it. But if you're a 107 pilot, every single one of your drones needs to be registered, and I believe it's a $5 fee for every drone. There are smart ways to do this. Sorry, I had something in my eye there. When you register, they ask for a serial number, as if you're flying a DJI or a mass-produced quad, and you would put your serial number in there, and that would be this serial number equals this operator ID number. But if it's a home built, you just put in home built, and you lose a serial number. So you have this one ID that goes on the one quad. Oh man, this thing in my eye. It's supposed to go onto. I think you can read between the lines there. Canada will follow for sure. Maybe. I have one Bionify Mod 7. I think it is. I think it's safe. It is, unless you are a 107 holder, then it will need remote ID on it in a year and a couple days. And it's not even the intent of the flight anymore. That's what it used to be, is if you were intending to go fly for the furtherance of a business, YouTube, whatever, you had to say, hey, I'm flying under 107 rules right now. Intent. The government is big into intent. If I went out and flew and I didn't intend on monetizing it, and then later on I'm like, you know what, I'm going to monetize this. You didn't fly with the intent to monetize that flight. If it happens later, it happens later. With the new ruling, if you have a 107, every one of your flights, recreational or not, intent or not, is going to fall under the new remote ID ruling. But again, like I said, all this stuff can change in a year. There's a lot of time for clarification of the ruling to change. I'm saying the bind and fly will just turn into a build kit. Oh yes, yeah, that's exactly what it'll be. It'll be like, here's a California does this stuff all the time with high capacity firearms magazines. Like you buy a 30-round PMag, you will not be able to purchase one in the state of California. But, and this has been a long time since I've done this, but they'll sell you a parts kit. It'll be the mag, the follower, and the spring in a bag. You have to assemble it. So yes, Athix, that will probably be the workaround for now. It'll be like a bind and fly, but you got to install the motor, or you've got to install the receiver. Most likely the receiver is going to be the way they do it, which is kind of annoying. It's annoying we have to do these stupid side steps to get around the rules, even though it really doesn't make a big difference in the end. You know what I mean? Yeah. The French model will drop your drone if the cops show up. I think for me, if for some reason I got approached, I would just throttle the thing out into the woods, disarm, be like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just standing here like a moron playing video games in my VR goggles. Athix says, if I'm 107, I need a transponder for my baby tooth. That is correct. I don't believe the sub 250 gram ruling makes a difference. I could be wrong. If you know for a fact, please put it down in the doobly-doo. Yeah. No, FAA definitely can make enforceable regulations. Commercial aircraft, everything is under FAA. Trust me, they can make enforceable stuff. They may not be able to make enforceable stuff by local police departments, but they have their rules, and it is most definitely enforceable. Puttlog FFV says, so if you're Part 107 licensed pilot that flies mostly recreationally, then you still have to have remote ID on all your quads. Yes. As of right now, that's the way it's written. Again, the verbiage of the rules and the intent are not necessarily the same thing. They can come out with what's called an advisory circular. It's a well-known thing in the aviation industry that actually explains what we mean by this. Like, legalese and what we meant are two totally different things, and I know the legalese and the wording of the rules should be like that's it. It's not. It's if there's an advisory circular, like basically a memorandum to what they meant by this, that actually holds weight, and that's what the rules are. It's stupid. It really is. But yeah, you will need remote ID on every one of your quads, and it will have to be a specific remote ID module per quad. But then again, remember, this stuff was all written with the DJI. There are other commercial drones. We're just going to say DJI because that is the most prolific one out there and the biggest player in the room who will be perfectly in compliance with this stuff. Guaranteed, because that's just, it's in their best interest, and they have the technology and the financial backing to make everything happen that has to happen. But you got to think all the stuff's written with those in mind. So there may be a lot of clarification later on going like, oh, yeah, we don't mean like this, 6-foot night radian power glider that's over 250 grams. No, we're not talking about that stuff. Oh, our ruling, it includes that? We didn't know this existed. Oh shit. Well, let's clarify that. I'm really hoping that that's what happens, and that may be wishful thinking, but at this point, that's all we can do is have wishful thinking. There has been an attempt to change all this stuff. That got, that was just a big waste of bucks. We just got to wait and see. Just got to wait and see. Sorry, guys. It's been a while since I live streamed. Had the Rona. I took a week off for that. Took a week off for the family vacation. Still have some like after effects from the Rona. A lot of like crap coughing up my throat. So if I'm clearing my throat, I am sorry. I will try my best to do it away from the microphone. But at this point, it's been like 4 weeks. It's just instinctual now to just do it. Spander says I'm in the UK and they are coming up with stupid rules around here as well. Yep. What will happen is, I don't want to sound this way, but if the US comes up with a ruling, other countries go, that's a great idea. We should do that or something like that. I hope it doesn't happen to you. Let's see. I think if you're using a baby tooth under your, then you can fly recreational at night with a strobe. Yeah, there are other upsides to this. If you have remote ID and you're a 107 pilot, there are provisions for beyond line of sight, which not all of us do that, right? Man, I gotta get this eye checked out. So, I mean, there are some things that did change that could possibly be to the benefit of the hobbyist, but no one likes when the thing that you have, they take away. They'll say just add props. No, because that's a consumable. It won't be props or batteries. It'll be a hard part that will inhibit the functionality of the UAS. Or no, shot 13, he says. Okay, it's weird, 16's legally binding, but we can do 13. I don't know. Maybe. Oh, you can't be a 107. Maybe it was a 107. Yeah, 107. You must be 14 to take the test and 16 to get the certification for a 107 pilot. Fun stuff, right? Yeah. I didn't fly with the intent of beyond visual line of sight. Just have so much range and battery. It's really nice. Yeah. Yeah. No, my spotter, sorry, they're just not in the video. They're around the corner. They're co-located with me, but, they're just trying to stay out of the shot. Toy drones don't get transponders. FAA will sort that in an advisory. It's just, yeah. They'll enforce by putting fines. Yes, but somebody has to enforce those fines. Someone has to issue the fines. That's where the rub is. It's like, a judge can make you pay somebody, or they can order you to pay. They're not going to make you pay. Somebody else is going to make you pay. You know what I mean? If it's man-made and flies in the air, FAA makes the rules. Mr. Huggy, that is the most succinct explanation of, yeah, that exactly. Well, the toy truck, as long as it's under 250 right now, it doesn't need a remote ID as long as you aren't a 107 holder. How would they know if you're a 107 holder if you don't issue, show them your 107 card? Local PD, they're not going to have a 107 data. Well, I mean, they probably won't have a database for 107 holders, but you never know. How will the police in a small town, will that be downloaded to the local airport? No, I don't. That's the thing, is nobody really knows. Nobody knows how they're going to do it. Yeah, Lawrence, or L. Leston, yeah, the boogers in the lungs, yeah, basically. They can care less. I will make all the attempts I possibly can to comply, unless it's absolutely, like, things need to be looked into, like shielded operation. There is absolutely no reason I need remote ID flying on my own property below the tree line. Absolutely no reason. It makes no sense. There are other countries that have talked about shielded operation, which I'm really glad they are, because if there's an airplane below the trees in my backyard, we got a lot of other issues than me flying the drone. A lot of other issues. So there needs to be a little bit more. There needs to be more massaging of the intent and the wording of the ruling, and other things can be added to it, like things like shielded operation and private property, things like that. I think it's still a bit on the early side to say that this is exactly what's going to happen. But these dates. These are, unless they've changed in the last week, these are the hard numbers of when this stuff's going down. It'll be interesting to see what happens on this day, especially with manufacturers like DJI, the big one. Let's face it, DJI is the biggest manufacturer. They are going to be the ones that have to be in compliance the mostest and the fastest. And, yeah. But I mean, if you hate all the stuff that's happening, it's not the FAA. It is Congress. They are the ones that make them do this stuff. They are the ones that say, "Hey, I have constituents in my neighborhood that are concerned about the airspace over their house, and they don't like drones." FAA, what are we doing about this? Nothing? Well, you should do something about it. Fuck. We got to work. That's what happens. That is exactly what happens. Yeah, I think, Mr. Huggy, someone should show the politicians what a drone is. a Whoop, Scale RC Craft, RG4 Global. Yeah, they don't care. They just have to, like, they have a base they have to somewhat be accountable to. A group in that base says, hey, I'm concerned about this. Oh, all right, well, I'll do something about it. Must be a slow news day. I don't know. I'm kind of black-pilled. I don't even know what that means. I keep hearing that word. I don't know what it is. What is it? What's it mean? What's it mean? I don't want to know, do I? Black-pilled. Black-pilled. Please, that looks really determined. Women choose a sexual preference. Nope, that can't be what you mean. Nope. Nope. Mm-hmm. I will look that up later. Urban Dictionary is not helping with this one. Oh, a National Drone Registry. Well, I mean, that's kind of what the 107 is because you will need your user ID and your drone serial number in a database. That I think the whole idea is that if there's a drone flying over, local PD can go up to the database and figure out, hey, there's a drone overhead where I'm at. Who owns this thing? Oh, it's this guy. Where's this guy at? Oh, he's over there. Get him. I think that's what, like, you know, the really simple idea of what it is that they want to be able to download this. But, you know, drone buyback programs. Yeah, I'll go stand in line and offer people more. Is it the end of the FPV hobby? It certainly can be. It certainly can be. If things are the way they are now and things don't change in the next 368 days, legally, it'll probably be the end of the hobby unless you're flying recreationally, don't have a 107, and are flying sub 250 as of right now. Karen's called representatives. Yeah, basically. I mean, I assume that's what it is. It makes me feel better to think that it's, you know, the condo commandos and all them. Yeah, so a lot of the stuff really kicked off. There was a point where we had 3 or 4 instances across the globe, really high-profile instances where somebody's flying a drone, you know, the white kind, let's say with a 3-letter manufacturer, into airports or major sporting events like football stadiums, things like that. Probably a catalyst for this shit. Just saying. But, you know, if you can't catch the drone and find the man-made I stuck on the P-Touch serial number or ID number, how do you track it down to anybody? Maybe with a DJI drone that has a serial number on it, and you can contact DJI, get their database, find out who it's registered to, and even then you can just, you know, the cops can show up to that person's house and be like, "Ah, no, man, I threw it away a long time ago. It was broken. Maybe someone pulled it out of the trash and started flying it." You know, there's a lot of like loopholes. So having the remote ID registration would be like, this is current, this is now, this is that guy or girl or person. You know what I mean? But I mean, like, I used the Lance app, if you guys don't, or the Air Maps app, to use the Lance program a lot this last week. That was such a like middle of the road solution. Like, I am going to say I am flying in this area at this time, at this height. If there's a drone in the area, it's probably me. And anybody can look on this app and see who's flying. What was wrong with that? It's the infrastructure is already here. It already exists. Like, why are we... It's so frustrating. Aircon in Germany, Europe, you can't fly without a spotter. I still need to delete this damn song. I'm going to do it right now. I hate this song. It's on here. I say it every live stream. It needs to go away. What is this thing called? Sad. Sad expression. All right. Go. And it is gone. Maybe. No. Whatever. I'll deal with it later. At least I figure it out. Squirrel. Sorry. Oh, good time for ads. Google says insert ads. Or YouTube says put ads in. Let's see. You can't fly without a spotter, and you need something like a license plate on all our drones. What should we say? So that's how it is right now in the U.S. You cannot fly without a spotter. You can't fly FPV by yourself. You have got to have a spotter that keeps visual line of sight without any sort of enhancement like binoculars. And you also have to have a registration tag on your drone as long as it's over 250 grams. That's the way it is right now. And also, there's a whole other agency called the FCC. If you're flying basically any analog gear, none of that stuff's Part 51 certified. You have to have a ham technician's license to operate it legally. Ain't nobody have that shit. Mr. Huggy, the Karens will be calling the representatives as their husbands can't fly their RC aircraft and they can't get rid of their husbands now. Well, they're just going to go to the titty bar. Knee-jerk reactions give them a diploma of rush because they think they have done something. Yes, that is the government in a nutshell. Especially when you have agencies that have to respond to other agencies that have to respond to other groups. Sub 250 is a lot of fun. Yes, Brandon, Sub 250 is a ton of fun. It can be a lot of fun. It's not nearly as forgiving as more than 250. There's a lot more variety in above 250. There's a lot more things you can do above 250. But Sub 250 isn't a death sentence. It isn't. Big Drone did this to us. Man, yeah, I mean, well, there's that, and then it's also egged on by the fact that there are companies that want to fly remote beyond visual line of sight with no operator. UPS, FedEx, USPS, Pizza Hut, CVS. There's a couple other ones. They're big companies. Amazon, Amazon. They want to be able to, hey, we're going to fly your package to you. And they just push a button and go, and like, hope we don't crash into another aircraft, because I don't know why people think that aircraft don't fly below 400 feet. They do it all the time, and it's perfectly fine, you know? Hey, tower, I want to fly 200 feet this spot. Roger, do at your own risk. There it is, done. So, I mean, obviously it's more nuanced than that, but there are other competing interests that have a lot of, dollar dues behind them to get their point across or get their needs met. Yeah. Money and lobbying from corporate drone. Yes, that is a very large part of it. Very large part of it, Brandon. And we all know this. Like, can't lie to ourselves here. Big Drone did this to us. Okay, we already said that. All right, so let's take a a little palate cleanser here. Let's woosah. We're gonna relax here. So I'm gonna be making a update video to the "What's in My Bag" video. Everybody seems to like those. The things that I took with me on this 1 week vacation. It's a vacation without the intent of flying drones. It's a vacation where I might fly drones. So what I take in my bag is completely different than if I'm going someplace to fly drones versus I'm going someplace, I'm going to bring the drones with me in case I get a chance to fly. Two totally different scenarios. I'm going to be doing a video on that. I hope you guys like that one. I have fun making those things because I like seeing what people bring in their loadouts when they go out on the road, rather than just, down to the local field where you can take your car with a couple milk crates full of shit. got that. We're doing the monthly giveaway over right now. It's open to my Patreon members only, $5 and up crew. It will be for this. This is a brand new Darwin FPV Baby Ape Pro. This is the Pro version with the much more better camera on it. These are cool little drones, sub 250, no registration required unless you're a 107 pilot eventually. I don't know. And that's a no receiver option, obviously, because I don't know what flavor you guys are going to use. Express LRS, or you're an idiot. So that is open to these cool kids up here. That will be going live for the giveaway on September 4th. I put 4TH because I copy paste all the time. So if you want to get on that early, head over to tweetfb.com and click the Patreon link, or should be in the video description. Go ahead and click away on that one. Got some new merch over on Teespring if you want to get in on that. Teespringcreator.com. Brandon Baked Beans. I got socks over there just for you. Hope you guys like that stuff. If you guys have any recommendations on different things, different ideas, let me know. I'm always open to new ideas. And man, I need a new logo. I don't need a new logo, but I feel like I should get a new logo. I've had this one since forever, since the start. I like it. I like it a lot. But I feel like it's getting a little long in the tooth. If you guys have any ideas, or if you're the creative type, let me know. Maybe we'll work something out. But yeah, or if you want to, just support me in any way you want, over here, website tweetfb.com/support-me. All the subscribey stuff, Patreon, just straight up PayPal, all that stuff, or at the bottom of the page here, we got all the links here on the side. You can go to Patreon. That's your way to subscribe to me directly. The Patreon members up here, learn how to point to them. They are the only thing that is able to that is what keeps. Try that again. They are the only people here that really directly support the channel and keep this show going every week, all week. To be honest with you guys, I'm getting a little burned out. There's just a ton going on in my life, but I'm still trying to make time for these fine folk up here. I don't do a whole lot on Patreon just because it's just another stupid platform. Patreon, the only reason I use Patreon is because it's an easy way for you to subscribe to me and to link to Discord so you can have the super secret Patreon only section in Discord. If there was a better way to do it, I would love to do it. I don't really like Patreon. It's kind of it's a shit form to actually be a content creator for. It's just not user friendly at all. But anyways, we'll get that out of the way there. So anyways, Darwin FPV Baby Ape over on the website. I will be starting my Tweet FPV garage sale probably sometime this week. Keep an eye out for that. I'll post that up on social media for you guys. I've got a ton of stuff collecting dust, and I got to broom it, move it along. Super discounted prices. I'm gonna get all that shit out of here. And then I believe next week is when I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do the 50% off I Pick Grip. I Pick Grip? I Pick Yo Grip. Hey, that's a logo. Athix, I think you're the logo man. But we'll do the 50% off grip weekend where you pick the radio and I pick the grip I send you. Might be pink. Just saying. Or orange. Fuck Pyro. Long story behind that one. I regret saying that now. Anywho, lots of things happening around here. My one and only sponsor, FPV Crate, they gone. So, free agent now. I can do what I want. I could do what I want before. Trying to find out ideas on what to do with that Ruko drone. That steaming pile of you-know-what that they sent me. Basically, all the responses I'm getting are that people want me to make it explode in one way, shape, or another. Not really sure why that's the go-to, but that's the go-to. People want to see destruction of that thing. I was thinking maybe we could, I don't know, like put a actual brush flight controller in there and turn it into some like acro thing. Nah, people want me to blow the thing up. So I'm probably going to blow it up. It seems like the funner thing to do. Yeah. Seems like the fun thing to do for me. We'll see though. All right, man. Back to the funness that is the chat here. Love interacting with you guys. This is the fun. This is the fun stuff for me. I really enjoy this. Free Lojo. This has got to be the funniest stream yet. Really, this is the funniest one, man. I feel like this is a depressing one. Like the last one was just me bitching about everybody. I went back and watched it, parts of it. I didn't watch the whole damn thing, but I felt bad. I'm like, I'm just pissing and moaning about people. But hey, sometimes I need a therapy session. I help you guys out. Help me out once in a while. You know what I'm saying? Brandon McBeans, man, F those guys with their non-sustainable drone delivery program. It is such a stupid idea. There's a couple companies in town. They're up-and-coming developers. They're like, yeah, we're going to deliver your prescription medication from Rite Aid right to your house. And I was talking to the guy. I'm like, no. He's like, yeah, we've already done it. We've taken off from this place. We flew 3 miles that way and delivered to our buddy in a parking lot. I'm like, you can't do that. You can't fly beyond line of sight. They're like, what do you mean I can't fly beyond? Yeah, the thing works just fine. I'm like, no, asshole. You can't do that shit. You are the and they were like within 4 miles of an airport too. Like within, I'm like, just like all the stuff you're saying is exactly why this stuff's gonna get wiped off the face of the planet. Like, stop being stupid, please. If you're a venture I don't even know what it's called. Like if you're just trying to like break into the drone hobby by doing McDonald's delivery with it, you're an idiot. Just saying it. Yeah, is agricultural drones for crop spraying? That's going to be another big issue because the government basically subsidizes a lot of farming, and a lot of farmers are starting to use UAS for crop spraying. They may actually classify under something else because if you're over 250 pounds, I believe, you're no longer UAS. So that may be an entirely different category there, where none of this stuff's going to apply anyways, and they're probably already operating under experimental aircraft rules as it is. Don't know. That's my guess. Interesting thought though. I would assume that any agricultural drone that's doing crop spraying is probably over 250 pounds. So this brings up a good question. How would I do a drone review if for some reason some manufacturer decided to send me a drone, which they rarely ever do because they're usually hot garbage and they're crap camera drones. But let's say Diatone sends me a bind and fly. How do I review it? I know how to review it. I fly it in my house. If I ain't got shit in my house, I have to fly it in my house. And that's the way I think the review should be, is like, can you imagine JB? All right, we're going to take this thing for a flight. He hovers it in his basement, does a small circle and lands, and goes, yep, it flew. That's as much as I can do. Because that's about the extent of it. Or, what's the guy that everything is awesome? Drone Campus. He's just going to have to like fly him in a barn. I mean, that gets around all of the FAA rules. Like all of them. Because the FAA no longer has jurisdiction over you. Inside. Did I just... I wonder if a temporary structure counts. Just put up like 20 easy ups and fly between them all? Or like a big like a wedding tent? Those things gotta cost a lot, but I mean if you're making big bucks like some of these reviewers are, that might be worth it. Opportunity cost. Who knows? Moving on. They seem to be trying to regulate the future as well as respond to the Karens and safety reasons. All it's everything's under the guise of safety, but yet there has been zero safety studies done. There's been, that I can recall, 2 actual strikes between a UAS and a manned aircraft in the last 2 years, both of which really were kind of nothing burgers. There was a study out of some university here where they were shooting drones at stationary aircraft wings and just destroying the wings. But those tests were all complete bullshit because the way that they were propelling the Phantom, that's what it was, they used a Phantom, obviously, at the wing, it was on like a metal sled thing, and the whole sled went with it into the wing. Like, it's just mind-blowing. Like, it's great clickbait and it's great B-roll for the news story, but if you actually look into it, Bruce Simpson, he seems to be more concerned about what's going on in the U.S. than most people in the U.S. Just saying. Like, the dude is way up on everything, and he's reading everything word for word verbatim out of the ruling, and it is pretty damn grim when you see what the wording means in legalese. But yeah, he's big on calling out the BS. Mike Bergman says, I know we're trying to be good here, but there's no way in hell I'm doing any of that. Not gonna happen. Yeah. I got a feeling that you are going to be 99.999% of the same people. I'm just gonna watch Bot Grinder, see what he does. He's the canary in the coal mine. If anybody's gonna go after anybody, it's gonna be him. Not because he does anything bad. It's just seems like that's what's gonna happen. Well, let's see what happens to him. I hope nothing bad happens to anybody. Sometimes Bork, they do a lot of things for ag, but or they whatever that means. But you can put different tools and sensors on them, various deployments. Yeah. There's a lot of different things. Oh wow, the whole chatty thing just went nuts. All right, I'm gonna start telling you what to buy me FPV swag for pilots from now on. Represent FPV. FPV Drama Llama, man. I don't know if you've ever been there. They got some sweet shirts. FPV Drama Llama. They've got some really treason hobby. Awesome. Like, this stuff that they come up with is epic. RDP, really delicious pizza. Yeah, if you guys haven't had a chance to check out FPV Drama Llama, these are some of the most creative t-shirt designs I've seen. Funny as hell too. I love funny things. Let's see. Let's see. Chopper Girl, Bro Culture, Skater Boys ruined this hobby way before the FAA SEC could. Fly the sim, it's more fun, cheaper, stress, repair. More fun, I definitely disagree with that. Cheaper, yes. Stress and repair and config free. Yep, you're 100% correct there. Until Windows breaks the remote controller driver. There's some config for you. I don't think it's fun. I loathe playing the sim. It just fingernails on the chalkboard of my soul. I can't stand it at all. The few times I sit down at the sim, I get like 10 minutes into it. I'm like, I gotta get away from this. I hate this. Won't the manufacturers get involved when it hurts their bottom lines? Thomas Kelly, yes, they will, but it will only be the manufacturers that can do anything about it, like DJI, Autel, Typhoon, things like that. As far as like Emacs, Diatone, things like that, they're gonna find a way around it, or they're just gonna keep shipping stuff, because you and me probably not gonna follow the rules. We're just gonna keep buying stuff and keep doing what we've been doing, or we're just, I wonder if the vast majority of people in this hobby realize that this is what's going on, or if they're just out there blissfully ignorant, flying away, smashing them bandos, and they're just like, FAA, what? What the hell's the FAA? Futures Farmer Association? But I don't. Well, that's FFA. Oh, well, whatever. Maybe they don't. I mean, I don't know. I have no idea. I would assume that the the big manufacturers that are selling their stuff at, places like Best Buy, probably going to get involved, and they're probably going to be on the vanguard of what is right and wrong as far as this whole remote ID thing goes. I mean, I bet you whatever DJI does is probably going to be the way forward. They have the money, the technology, and the database and the infrastructure to make this happen. The U.S. government uses drones, small UASs. They use them for a lot of things. Dayboard inspections, vessel inspections, things like that. They also can't buy DJI. How's that going to work? I don't know. We'll figure it out. Make it explode and get on board. I can't make it explode, but I can make something explode into it. FAA, if you're watching. House FEV, good morning, buddy. How you doing? Can use the baby. I made a hat for fun. Could you add an Arduino Uno to the Ruco? Yes, we can make it the Ruco Uno. That's not a bad idea. Sounds a lot more time consuming than me just going out there and put a 12 gauge slug into it. But hey, man, I'm open to all sorts of ideas. Yeah. This is the causeway. Acro the trash, fly into a fire pit. Yep. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Brandon. Like the ag drones are gargantuan. Heavy lift drones, I think they probably don't fall under UAS anymore. I could be wrong about that, though. There are too many useful applications for drones for them to regulate them out of existence. Well, I don't think they're trying to regulate them out of existence. They're just trying to regulate them into compliance with what they think is safe. And I don't 100% disagree that there should be some more regulation. There should be some regulation and accountability to what we already have. Like, we went from just the Wild West of you can build a drone, put a Glock on it, and have it go out in the backyard and do its own thing. And then they're like, whoa, we need to make something. Yeah, no firearms on your UAS. Okay, that seems fair. Then we got a bunch of people out there shooting bottle rockets and Roman candles attached to the drone. Ooh, yeah, no explosive payloads or things like that on your drone. Okay, I can understand and get behind that. These companies these agencies are also working under the assumption that you are going to do the dumbest thing possible and hurt somebody. I don't disagree that there should be some sort of regulations behind it. I don't agree with the way they're going about it. I think what we had before all the NPRM stuff started was probably the right way to go. We have the LANC system through air maps. That is, I pull this up, I say, this is who I am because I've logged into the system. I'm flying here. It's checking the airspace. It's checking, make sure there's no TFRs. It's making sure you're in compliance with the airspace regulations. I'm flying here for this long, this altitude, submit. You're in a Class C, but you're good. Go ahead and fly for your 2 hours, whatever it is you're going to do. Okay, cool. I have to register my drone on a database. I put a P-Touch on it that says who I am. This makes sense. If you crash your drone or doing something stupid with it, they can get a hold of you and be like, you owe us money. I don't see why anybody would want to do that, but if you're going to be the person that follows the rules, makes sense to me. You have a license plate on your car. You have a driver's license. It says you've met the minimum requirements to be able to operate this 2-ton killing machine. And 2, you have a vehicle that's been registered and paid for and has insurance, and the state is getting their cut, because that's really all it comes down to. Unless you're in an emissions-controlled state, then they're also getting a cut on that as well. Thank God I don't live in one of those. That would suck. So, I mean, there's so many people out there that are riding dirty. They don't have registration or insurance on their car. They're still riding around with the dealer tags on it from 3 years ago. They've got a 6-year-old standing in the front seat without a seatbelt on. Nobody really seems to care that much at that point. But it's one of those things, once you do break the law, they're like, oh, you didn't do this, you didn't do this, you didn't do this, you didn't do this. This is jail time. See you, buddy. That's what all this is. Like, the LANT system that makes airspace known. That's the real issue here, is they don't want you crashing into other aircraft, because people don't survive aircraft crashes very often. It's bad shit when it happens. So okay, big deal. That is number one. Make sure my drone doesn't fly into a real aircraft. Okay, cool. Got that. But how are we going to hold you accountable to it if you do something like land on the road and cause an accident or fly into a stadium? We have no idea who you are. Put your registration on it. It's going to cost you $5. Put it on all your drones. We're super reasonable. $5, put it on everything you have. Okay, I get it. That's my license plate. I'm not the person that's going to go fly into a stadium, so I don't really care. Yeah, I'll be in compliance. That way I have the warm and fuzzy knowing that I'm doing the right thing. The dude who's going to go fly into the stadium, there ain't no way in hell he is going to put a registration number on his drone. Unless he's just the dumbest person on the face of the planet, which, if they're flying into a stadium, they may be the dumbest person on the face of the planet. I just think that this next step forward, once the corporations got involved and want to do beyond visual line of sight drone deliveries, that's when everything got really dirty. Drone Campus want to buy some NFTs? What the? Are you serious? Everything is awesome. C4 on electric charge. Be a switch and go boom. Yeah, I can't do that. Flying at a golf driving range. Ooh. I like that, but the video is so bad on that thing, you never see it coming. I'd have to strap a GoPro to it, which I don't think it'll do. I tried to attach a bag to the bottom of it and try to lift stuff, because the best thing I could think that Ruco would be for is for a contraband drop. Fly it over a prison wall and just disarm it. Give the buddy the shiv down there, or actually it's probably a dime bag, whatever. But it could barely even do that. Robert Orlep, how you doing this morning? Hey, Tweet, how's it going? Do you think the FAA is really going to monitor this? The FAA will not be monitoring it. I do not believe so. I believe the FAA will stand there with their arms crossed waiting for something bad to happen and going, well, you knew. These are the rules. Here's the book. I'm going to throw it at you. The FAA does not have enough field inspectors to go out and deal with this stuff. They are balls deep just trying to take care of general aviation. General aviation has always been on the razor's edge of being like, that's it. You guys are done. Commercial and commercial flights only. Like, general aviation's always been under the gun, because it's, 60-year-old grandpa out there falling asleep at the yoke, flying through a TFR, or worse, flying till he runs out of fuel and crashing the Atlantic. They are busy as it is with that stuff, let alone us. They were told, fix it, and they go, okay, we got to do something, guys. Our jobs are on the line. We got to do something. What are we going to do? Yeah, all right, that sounds good. We'll do that. That's what this is. Of course, I could be wrong. Like most of the FAA regulations right now, as far as what we have to follow as 107 pilots, they're there to make you aware of what the rules are for airspace, because the average drone pilot doesn't know anything about airspace requirements or TFRs or anything like that, or how to read a sectional. That is most of the 107. It's all CRM, crew resource management, how to be a safe person at the controls emotionally, and how to read a chart and fly in a safe manner. That's what the 107 test is. That's all it is. They veil it under some other stuff, but that's essentially all it is. Because, like I said, the average drone operator doesn't understand anything about airspace. To that, if you are a licensed pilot, to get your 107, it's literally, there's no test. It's like you just fill out a form and they give you your 107, because you already know everything you need to know about airspace. That's literally as easy as it is. My first wife, she's a pilot. She got her 107. All it was just filling out a piece of paper and submitting it to the FAA, and they're like, here you go, you got it. Congratulations. That just shows you what the whole intent of the 107 test is. But it's going to be a way to hold you, if there's no rules and no laws, when you break or hurt somebody, or not break somebody, when you break a law or hurt somebody, unless it's written down, there's no legal precedence to do anything about it. You can't say you were speeding if there's no posted speed limit or a known speed limit based on whatever, factors there are. That's what this is. Creating rules that people have to abide by so we can have something to legally hold somebody accountable to. All right, guys, here it is. The best drone of the year. Dude, it's January. Yeah, I know. Shut up. But that can be true. Big top 10s. There you go, man. Big top 10s. And then, like, creating a FRIA. There are 0 FRIAs. There are 0 recognized community-based organizations either. Like, all the stuff that we need to be in compliance doesn't exist. The drone is the NFT. Nice. Who's going to comply? I will comply if I can. That's what it's going to... I mean, I don't make a living with FPV at all. Like, this entire thing is at a major loss. Even the electricity that goes in. My damn Adobe subscription doesn't get covered by YouTube. Put that in perspective. Super chat till it hurts, guys. I appreciate it. Or be one of these cool people. So who's going to register? Who's going to comply? I'm going to comply. You know damn well JB's going to try to comply. He's going to have to. His entire existence rides on the fact that he does drone content. Now, I'll be honest, I don't post a lot of flight footage. I can keep doing everything I'm doing minus the flying part. I could always be like, yep, I took this drone out for a flight, or this drone flies really good. There's no fact proof that I did it. There's no video of it. It's going to suck for a review standpoint because people sometimes want to see the flight. I know that's basically when all the viewership drops off. That's why, like, Albert Kim puts it all at the end because nobody watches it anyways. But you could be like, yeah, flew great, or you just do a hover in your basement and call it a day. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. Best test of damage to drones was my rover up flying through window screens. Yep, absolutely. Bruce is ambassador of our hobby, and he's more of an ambassador to the U.S. regulations than 99% of the people in this freaking country. Give to bot, he'll do it. He does everything. Yeah, he does. It's still the funniest video I've ever seen him do, and I still laugh at when I watch it to this day. I even showed it to my wife a couple weeks ago. This flying FPV on Salvia. If you haven't seen it, look it up. It is one of the best ones. Poor bot rider. He's the coal mine and the canary. What about JB? That's the thing is, JB is going to do everything he can possibly do to be in compliance. Bot grinder is going to do everything he can do to not be in compliance. Like, didn't he post video about him trying to get his 107 and failing, but still putting content out? Like, that is just putting a big red, pointy finger, like, this guy here, this one. Bruce is our guiding light. He illuminates the path. Bullshit. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You know what? All right, guys. If you're not... Don't be my patron. Be Bruce's. Be his patron. He is doing more for this hobby than just about anybody else. Part 137 is agricultural drones. Okay. Good to know. Thank you so much for that info, One Vision Aerial. Come on, computer. Do things. Damn it. Part 137. Par. Learn to type. Jeez. Dispensing chemicals and agricultural hoobly hoobs. Here you go. If anybody wants to read up on that. That is part 137 with UAS. Let's see. 14 CFR part 137. Agriculture aircraft. Okay, so they have their entirely different set of guidelines to fall under. So, okay. The drones weighing less than 55 pounds. And they have a whole other one for ones over 55 pounds, which I would assume if you're dispensing chemicals, you're going to be in that 55-pound group. And by the way, if I'm looking this way, it's because I am looking at this screen. It is over here. Nope, wrong button. I don't know why I keep putting it there. Yeah, so they have, and they also have to be a Part 107 certified drone pilot as well. So you would assume that everything under 107 would apply to them, but there might be caveats in the 137 requirements. Make sure good pod, guys. Cool. Moving on. So thank you, One Vision Aerial. Greatly appreciate that. Brand Big Beans, not a sim guy. I'd rather just grab my gear and head out. I'm right there with you. If I got time to sim, I got time to fly a whoop in my house. That's the way I look at it. The only time I fly the sim is to just practice like the GQ, or what we used to do when we had an actual active multi-GP group is somebody would make a track, they would make it on Velocidrone, we would fly that for the week, and then we'd go race. It was a lot of fun. But we just don't have that participation anymore. Not to be mean, but Chopper Girl is clueless. Yeah, I know. Everybody's open. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Chopper Girl does post quite a few comments on some of my videos that I think are ridiculous. But, you know, if you want to be a video game player, then go play video games. I don't look at the sim as anything more than just a fancy video game. It's like saying I fly a Microsoft Flight Simulator, so therefore I'm a pilot. You ain't shit. Although we have simulators at work, and it does count for annual minimums. But yeah, Mike Bergman, I agree with you. But I mean, if you would rather go fly a sim than to deal with the headache and bullshit that there is that comes with this hobby, because let's all be honest with ourselves, there is a ton. I'm looking at my bench and it's just covered in crap. Granted, I do a lot more than most people do with this hobby, but I mean, there's a lot of junk on my bench. There's a lot of junk on it. And it's a lot cleaner than it usually is, to be quite honest with you. There. I'll give you guys an idea of what this train wreck looks like. But I can understand it. Just saying, the heck with the actual thing. I get most of it out of the sim. I'll go play the sim. And if you're happy with that, then you're happy with that. More power to you. That ain't me though, and that is not the vast majority of the people in this hobby. All I have to do is keep the assembled parts under 250 grams. You can add weight later if you want. That is not true. It is all up weight at the time of takeoff is what they go off of. Ken Heron would do it. Yeah, he would. Wrong way. God, we're not going to get into that. Ugh. Rotor builds. Everybody keeps telling me to go on rotor builds. I went on there once or twice. I'm like, I hate this site. There's something about it that's just grating. I just don't like it. Not justified at all. I just don't like it. For remote ID, ELRS stands in good position. The receiver has Wi-Fi transmitting to remote ID. Yeah, exactly, Mr. Huggy. So I wanted to show you all this. This is, and I hope to goodness, Captain Bry, you don't copyright strike me. If you do, I'll be greatly disappointed. But he put out this video.
My mom's always asking me, why aren't those nice boys on the FPV news talking about you anymore? Well, I guess I'm just not doing enough newsworthy stuff, Mom. But that may change, because look what we have here. We've got F4 flight controller running Betaflight 4.3, GPS module, an Express LRS receiver, and over here we've got some Express LRS remote ID action going on. Oh, check the info. And do the right thing. Yeah, there you go. You can see I got the totally legit FAA operator ID down there. I gotta stand this off.
But yeah, I don't want to show the whole thing. You guys, you can find a link to that in the video description. Go over there. Definitely subscribe to Captain Bry. He's one of the major Express LRS developers. I Granted, this is my simpleton thinking. I have no idea how to do any of this stuff, but it seems like Express LRS, especially with the open source nature it is, would be very compelling to be able to actually implement remote ID. If you have a GPS on your drone, you have all the data you need from the FAA. Position, altitude, speed, heading. Those are the things they need. They may add more or take things away in the future. Not really sure. And then ExpressLRS transmitters can also broadcast on Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Okay. We have our super smarty phones, which we've always had because we've had to use air maps, right? When we fly. Sorry, nose itches. This can intercept the data coming out of the telemetry from your radio. The radio gets the telemetry from Betaflight. It has all the information. It knows what to do with it. Turns it into ones and zeros that we can understand. Sends it through Bluetooth or Wi-Fi, however they do it, to an app on your phone where it has GPS because your phone has GPS. iOS folks, you're probably going to be f***ed on this one because iOS can, suck left nut. All your information is there. It's getting the information from the quad. It now has your operator location, your operator ID, time, date, all that stuff, and this is broadcasting to whatever the database is. And I know a lot of phones have issues doing Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, Wi-Fi and cellular at the same time, so maybe that's an issue to work through. But it seems like it's very doable. It's very doable. What is the actual risk to people and property in terms of dollars? It hasn't been calculated, right? My light's not working. My light's not working. I put in the commands there for lights. Let's try green. See if that changes it. It should be changing. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's broke. It's probably broke. It's mostly broke. It's usually broke. No, it works. Kind of. These guys aren't cooperating. Oh, there they go. One more. Come on. You can do it. Come on. Come on. Oh. Well, you get the idea. Fly ultralight 16 and 17, but drones. Right, yeah, exactly. You can fly ultralight 16 and 17, but not drones. Hey, drone, lift off. I'm putting off my 107 now because of the remote ID thing coming. Bad idea, no. No, I don't think it's going to hurt at all to put it off. If you don't need it and you're not making content that's in furtherance of a business, I would say don't get your 107. Until all this stuff gets hammered out and you figure out what's going on, don't do it. Mike Burwin, there's got to be an idiocracy joke there somewhere. God, we watched, me and the wife and two friends, we watched Idiocracy last night. No joke. Except for 107, not because of remote ID, but more to find a career in flying drones. I'm actually enjoying the material so far, but it's a ton of stuff I never knew before. Yeah, exactly. It's a lot of it is just learning airspace and how to read a sectional. There is a lot that can be done with drones. The FAA is putting a big roadblock in there with remote ID, but we'll see what happens. If you're going to fly like a Matrice or something like that, I think you're going to be way better off trying to make money with something like that than an FPV drone, just because they are going to be in compliance with everything very quickly compared to the hobby. Or the guy who jumped on a plane. Yeah. And no more FRIAs can be created from my understanding. No, they overturned that. That was part of the NPRM. The final said that they didn't put a moratorium on how long FRIAs can be created, to my understanding. Everyone just falls asleep in the middle of Atkins videos. Yeah, because they're 45 freaking minutes long. Bot is a legend. Yes, Bot absolutely is a legend. I loved his Avatar review. Be like Bruce. Find an SD card. Drones. Yeah, exactly. When I can't sleep, I watch NASCAR. No, I don't. Oh, yeah, absolutely. The NPRM didn't do anything for us. Well, all it did was spool us up. The commenting period didn't do shit for us. There we go. Lights are changing. Woohoo! Thanks, guys. I'm a patron of Bruce. Good. You should be. 50 watching and 15 likes. Smash that like button. Thanks, House. Thanks for doing the dirty work there. Appreciate it. Put something explodable on a drone because it's just cool. Yeah, and it gets clicks, man. It gets clicks. I blew up a battery. It's clicks. You don't have to watch the whole. Yeah. But yeah, look at the cost of the sim at work compared to the computer at home. Big bucks. Big bucks. I swear it's the only thing this organization does right. Twitch Drone Racer. I use sim to practice tricks. I know I'm going to crash in real life. It just doesn't make sense to destroy all my quads. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, Poodlehawk. That's another really good use case for the sim. Is to go practice doing the dumb stuff till you go out and do the dumb stuff and break things. I would assume, or I know it would definitely reduce the amount of damage for sure. For sure, yeah. Like the first time I tried doing a trippy spin, of course I went out and did it with a drone. Immediately crashed. Came in the house, tried a few times, kind of figured out it's backwards from what my brain wants to do. Went out and I was doing trippy spins with one of these guys. Pretty good feeling when you can get it. Just notice our FAA, CAA in the UK. We're on a site. If you lost your drone, someone finds it. It's 95% of DJIs. Oh yeah, I'm sure. You know, Mike Bergman, the ELRS thing. You say it intrigues and annoys me. I get your sentiment there. I understand what you're saying, but this is happening. Lead, fall, or get out of the way, right? Right? All right, there. Got a quote in. Lead, fall, or get out of the way. I want Express LRS to lead on this. It's just one more reason why it will make the Express LRS ecosystem the ecosystem. You know damn well TBS is working on something. They gotta be. You know damn well they are. They have the technology. They have the hardware to make it happen. It's just what is the FAA going to recognize as acceptable is really the gray area right now that nobody really knows. Captain Bry is damn smart. Sure seems to be. Smarty phones? Yep, smarty phones. The Wi-Fi on the chip is very limited. Would need to be within 10 meters, but meets remote ID. Exactly. Yeah, it would only, your transmitter module that's in the back of your radio or in your radio is plenty strong enough to broadcast to your phone that's in your pocket or, a couple feet away. This has the ability to talk to anybody in the world as long as you have a cell connection. That is going to be the tricky part, and I don't know if that got turned over. The remote ID not being able to connect to the database would inhibit drone flight. But I would think as long as it's logging and could transmit it, it would be, I don't know. That's really what it is. Nobody really knows yet. Yeah, no, you're right, Mike. I agree. I'm tired of getting pushed around, but gotta do what you gotta do. Have I checked out the new FR Sky X18? I have not. Let's go take a look. What do we got here? Oh, yuck. No thanks. Not for me. It is interesting that they're doing tandem. They're doing dual 900 and 2.4. But no, this is a wing flyer, jet flyer's just wet dream. As long as it said Spectrum on it, this would be their thing. It's flying 2.4 and 900 at the same time. I don't know how well that will work, but this is something that people had asked TBS to do as soon as the tracer system came out. They're like, we want both. I want 2.4 when I get close, and then I want to switch to 900 when I get way the hell out of there. The thing with tracers, you kind of needed that because tracers sucked. It still kind of sucks. With Express LRS, I don't think you really need that. It can do most of what most people were doing on 900. If you're the super long range person that needs 900, you need it and you know how to make it work, and you know that you don't need dual band because you're going to fly long range and you don't really care about low frequency. High frequency. But this is not for us. This is not for FV. Jeez, really? Come on. This is not for us. I don't need 6 trim switches, 2 pots, bajillion. Yeah, no, this isn't for us. I find it interesting to see what FR Sky's trying to do to stay relevant. Looks comfortable though. It does look heavy. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. It's not for us. It definitely looks lower build quality than like the Horus X12 because that thing was all like CNC aluminum. This all looks plastic. Interesting radio though, but not for us. Remote idea. I don't see how they're going to have feasible hardware in the next 398 days. That's globally available. Let it roll on central database. You'd be surprised how quick they could actually squeeze that out. There are remote ID modules that exist already. Let's see if I can find a few of these. The ones that I found seem to be French, like based on some sort of French requirements. Like we got, I haven't really read through this, but here we go. We got Aerobits. They have a new product, UAS, IDME, standards ASTM International, blah, 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 Bluetooth, low energy, blah, 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 drone operator, blah, 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 JST, blah, blah, blah. So, I mean, there is one for you. I'm sure it's... All right. Thank you for being worthless. But, there is one there. I saw a couple other when I was looking around that were for, like French area of operation. Or France. Sorry, not French. France. I can't seem to find it now for some reason. Where is it? Oh, well, whatever. Moving on. But you get my point. There are things out there, and there are people. There is a market for it, because if this thing's happening, you damn well bet that there's a company out there going, oh, we got to get moving on this, because that's some big old money we could stick our teeth into, especially if you're the only person who's doing it. So there will be competition. It's coming. Anything that is proposed, that is coming, that there is a money-making opportunity, there will be people out there trying to do it. Then you have Express LRS, who's not making any money, that are trying to do it. So let's support the good guys. Yeah, hopefully they go with, or they meet us in the middle and are like, okay, all right, we get it. This is going to work. We'll call it. You guys are trying. Where's the rest of your sweet desert flying footage? I got it. It's not done. It's not done. Yeah, chip shortage. Yeah, exactly, House. My hope would be is if it has to be a separate module, that it would be something you could just plug into the balance port of your LiPo and just strap onto the back of it and work. But yeah, it's going to have to be something at least the size of like a one of these guys. At least that big. smashed like twice. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. You're always watching. Oh, my balls. I object. Yeah. It does look heavy, yeah. But, I mean, all the stuff was designed for, strap it to a Mavic. Same place your battery will. Nobody gives a rat's ass of what happens to it after you smash it into a wall. You're not supposed to smash into a wall. That's the unknown. That's the great gray area of this hobby. Yeah, not if they can put it in LRS or use the existing hardware we have with an interface on the operator side, which I think would be, again, another good compromise, like all the other compromises we've had to adhere to up to this point, and then the next compromise, it just keeps happening. Let's see. It's like Apple Play Fly. Yeah, it was an awesome place to fly. It was hard to work around national parks because where I was, there was national park after national park. There was like a thin strip where you could fly that wasn't national park between two national parks. So, I mean, I was very heavily into the Air Maps app, making sure I was in the right place. And then, like, you end up in like the Navajo national parks. Air Maps doesn't give a rat's ass about them. It doesn't show it as a no-fly area, but then you see signs someone scratched out of wood saying no drone flying, $1,000 fine. I'm not sure if some local just comes by and shakes you down for $1,000 or if it's actually enforceable. I just stayed out of those areas. I didn't want to mess with it. A couple of places we went to Zion National Park. So beautiful. One of the coolest places I've been. Definitely want to go back. And the whole time I'm there, I'm like, man, I wish I could fly my drone there. But then I'm like, I'm glad I can't, because every a-hole out there would be doing it, and it would be miserable. And I'm glad that we can't. House says I have a ELRS joystick adapter, the full version, ready to go. If you want to do giveaways, want to give one away? Yeah, guys, let's do that. Let's make a quick and dirty Google form. That's not the button I wanted. Doc. Over here. Doc. Forms. That giveaway. Let's see if I can I delete all the questions? Responses. How do I delete these? Make my life easy. Delete all responses. All right. Sorry, guys. This takes a minute. All right, House. You pick up on the live stream Discord chat right here. We have two. There we go. We have one of the House FPV ELRS control boards. These things are awesome if you want to play in the sim or work out in the sim. Very cool. Thank you so much, House, for doing this. Here is the entry form if you want to get in on the giveaway. No purchase necessary. Just got to cover. Just have to cover shipping. If you guys want to support with super chats, I'd greatly appreciate it. But here you go. Go ahead and sign up. Just got to cover shipping, and we'll spin the wheel for this thing at 11:45. It's 11:37 where I'm at Central Time. So there you go. Thank you again, House. Really appreciate that. Yeah, these things are really cool. Express LRS does do Bluetooth simming. I found that the latency was horrendous. The range was terrible. It was very realistic. It was like having fail-safes, like flying FR Sky again. But these here's come on here, focus, you fuck. Here's the case for it. Very small case. There's also a larger version, and this is like if you're going to build one of these, you can find all the instructions over on GitHub. But this is the larger version that uses a Pi Pico. But essentially, it is a adapter board with a Raspberry Pi on it, and then you also then just solder in your Express LRS receiver here, either like the EP style or the Nano style, the ones that look like a Crossfire receiver. Plug it in your computer. I mean, set it up, put your bind phrase on it, whatever. Plug it in your computer, and it acts as if you plugged in any joystick gamepad, and the latency feels very low. I don't have a way to measure it, but it feels extremely low. Very, very awesome design. Awesome thought. But like I said, it does do Bluetooth, and you can still plug your radio in just like you used to. But I hate wires. That's me. Thank you, Mike Bergman, for the $5 super chat. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah, like it seems silly until you use it, and you're like, oh, I get it. It's one of those things you don't get it till you get it. Get it? Oh, let's see. Where are we at? Down here. Every compromise takes you in one direction. Exactly. Yep. Zion National Park is amazing. Yeah, we walked the Narrows. We had to get out of the water pretty early just because they were predicting rain, and I guess that place gets really sketchy when it rains. One thing that did kind of freak us out is we're walking back out of the Narrows. We're still in the water. Like, it's huge canyons. You're down the bottom of it, walking through the riverbed. And we heard what sounded like a dump truck, like when the back door bangs against the back of it, just boom, this really loud boom. And we saw like smoke, like dust. I'm like, oh shit, did a rock just fall? And while it was just around the corner from where we were. We came around the corner, and there's this huge boulder right in the path where everybody was walking from like one side to the other across the water, and there was a bunch of fresh dirt around it. Like, oh man, that would have snuffed you out like that. That would have been ugly. But had an awesome time. If you guys ever get a chance to go to Zion National Park, highly recommend it. Spent a day and a half in Vegas with my wife and my 9-year-old now. Vegas tries to portray themselves as a family affair. It is not. I can tell you right now, it depends on what your level of sensibilities are. I feel like my wife and myself are pretty open as far as like what's acceptable. I would not bring my daughter back to Vegas again. I wouldn't recommend anybody with a probably sub 14-year-old brings their kid to Vegas. The inside the casinos is one thing, but like out on the strip, it's not dirty. It's just dirty people, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. Yeah. Bubble houses, bubble suites, bubble cars. Yep, exactly. ATEC, good morning. How you doing? Lack of personal responsibility turns into safety culture. Yes, for the most part. Hey, Tweet, I'm camping right now. Just want to say hello. Hey, Andrew, how you doing, man? Hopefully you're having fun where you're at and getting a chance to rip. Just watch those national parks. Watch those national parks. Any suggestion on getting a Nazgul bind and fly into to bind with a Tyrannus QX7 FR Sky? We tried yesterday on 3 different radios, and the Fly Zone half chrome drone meetup. Yeah, it shouldn't be too hard. One Vision Aerial, hit me up over on Discord if you aren't already on my Discord. Everybody has different names between YouTube, Discord, Gmail, all that stuff. Go to twiffy.com, go to the bottom. There's a link to Discord. Get on Discord, and I'll do what I can to help you out. It's definitely doable. We just got to work through the steps. Is the FR Sky SIM adapter from years yonder, but for LRS? Yes, exactly. That's exactly what it is. maybe avoid that park. Oh. Reno's just as bad. I figured it would be. Yeah, you know, the sidewalks weren't bad. They weren't peddling a lot of shit on the sidewalks. It was mostly like the rolling billboards for escorts. Anytime one of those came by, I'm like, hey, look at this building, look at that sign over there. That's really cool. And then I turn around, and she's. Yeah, yeah, lots of images of classy people at night in Vegas. Yeah. And the stuff that people wear is. I don't know. Yeah, you're paying 3 hands. Yeah, it's probably a compatibility issue, most likely. One Vision Pro. It's almost always what it is. Swanee, quit yelling at me. I know you want ERS. Good for you. Yeah. Mike Bergman, there you go. More accurately, the stuff people don't wear. It's pretty wild. The stuff people don't wear, and the stuff people that do wear that shouldn't be not wearing it, or should be not wearing it. I just assume they're from a different culture where that's acceptable, but yeah. Let's see. Been taking my daughter to work. Is there a giveaway I should be interested in? We're doing a giveaway for an Express LRS SIM dongle. I think that's probably the right name for it, right? Express LRS SIM dongle. There you go. There's the entry form for it if you want to get in on it. I have 17 people entered. We're going to do the giveaway here in just a minute. Let's see. Hardly anything left for the Imagine when it comes to clothing. Yeah, that's it. That's exactly it. Oh, you mock me. Did you just insert a freaking ad? Wouldn't that be dirty? I don't know when YouTube does this stuff. I assume it does it on its own. Going back and watching the live streams, like there's ads in it all the time. I usually go back after the DVR publishes and I remove the mid-roll ads, just because I don't like seeing mid-roll ads. Although I haven't seen an ad in forever because I've been a YouTube premium member forever. Hello, any updates on your Beast drone? No. It is number 3 of 3 that I have to tune. I'm just waiting for decent weather, and it's mostly time. I'll be honest, it's time. It's done. It flies. Swanee Bean, can I enter the giveaway? Yeah, absolutely. Just fill out the form. We're gonna do the giveaway. Well, I said a minute ago. We'll give it another. We'll give it another 10 minutes. 11:55. We'll do the giveaway. PayPal donations entry. Nope, none needed. But if you want to donate, I would greatly appreciate it. I'm not going to turn it down. Super chat at the bottom, or PayPal payment. You can find the info at the bottom there, tweetfb.com. But no purchase necessary. And that'll be coming from but donations are always cool, and also that the thumbs uppy button. Hi, Fly FB, how you doing, man? Beast would be cool. Ad hoc live stream. I want to build one, but we'll live my dreams for you. Yeah. I did all the building of it on a live stream. Well, 99% of it. There were like repetitive tasks that I did off stream, which don't really add to the videoing process. I did do the maiden flight live, but it does need some serious tuning. Brandon Baked Beans was very interested to see what the logs look like from it. But I think I also had a RC version of 4.3 on it. So basically, I'm kind of starting over. The one of the big things I finally did is I finally put the custom build of Betaflight on my DJI quads, where it turns the craft name into your warnings. Holy shit! I forgot how much I was missing by not having that. I totally forgot, because I've been flying DJI for so long. I've been missing the warnings, and now that I have them, I'm like, Why is this just not a thing? And I hear it's going into Betaflight 4.4, which should be in November. It's going to be standard in the Betaflight configuration, which is awesome. I just wish like the MSP DisplayPort hack would become mainstream as well, but we'll see. Free Lojo, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Greatly appreciate it. It says my wife won a trip to Las Vegas. First night we saw a dude putting an escort into a town car. Had to explain to my wife what happened. Interesting. That'd be an interesting conversation. It was weird. It was like the hotel, like you had to show your door card to the dude before you got in the elevator. I'm like, how do you get whores up to your apartment or your hotel room? Like you gotta go down and meet them. Like it's gotta be for a discount or something, right? Yeah, it's not a kid's place. It's not at all. I mean, there is a ton of stuff to do that is kids oriented, but you have to wade through a sea of filth to get to it. Sucks. Yes, House. I did see that the DJI mode was accepted in the 4.4 database. I'm super happy about that. That's coming to main Betaflight 4.4. Yep. Town car. Great. We see enough movies. We know what's going on. Not those kind of movies. Like theater movies. But so as far as the whole FAA this thing going on, it's still tracking. All we can go off of is what the verbiage of the rules are, and that's all we have for now. But things I guarantee will be changing. We'll see how it goes. Yeah. You just rent one. Nice. All right, guys, 5 more minutes. We're going to close down the giveaway for the ELRS SIM adapter, the House FPV ELRS SIM adapter. I've got to like P-touch the name of that on the top of my monitor because I say it differently every time. It's the same thing Ciotti used to do when he did a giveaway for my grips. He'd have like a 40-word long name for it. Yeah. But like all this stuff. Make hay while the sun's out. If you are wanting to make money with FPV or get into it professionally, now's the time to do it because you may only have that long to do it. I do. I have the Nano V2 HD0 camera. I just got a couple of them in from Nevin over at FPV Exchange. Huge shout out to Nevin. One of the greats in this hobby. Here we go. Bench cam. So there we go. Little tiny guy. It is not square shaped. It is a rectangular shape. I don't have my calipers on me, but sorry about that. We're looking at about 16 millimeters by the standard 14. So standard width, a little bit taller in this direction than usual. Not a huge lens on it, but if you're going to be racing or building something super light, this will probably be it. No MIPI connector. It does have the back shield to hold the MIPI connector in place, but no cable. So, and you do have 3 directions you can go with it. The back cover is cut so that you can go out the top or out the sides. So I'm excited to get these inside my race builds. I've been using the V2 camera, the micro. Is it micro? Yeah, micro camera. I've been really waiting on these before investing more into HD0 for my race rigs, but now these are out. That's going in everything. Super excited about those. I was married 11 years now. Yeah, actually today is my 18th anniversary. I've been married for 18 years. I'm sure she's Happy that I'm live streaming on our anniversary. We don't make a whole lot about it. Birthdays are the same way. Yeah, we don't call it the HLRS. No, yeah, we don't make a whole lot about birthdays. My daughter's birthday was Friday. Just had a little get together last night with some friends. She's 9 now. I can't believe I have a freaking 9-year-old. God. Yeah, she's really turning a daddy's girl too, which is, I kind of like it. Yeah, 18 years. 18 years. Yeah, if you want to get them, go to FPV Exchange and get them there. Actually, I should probably just make it easy for you guys and put the link for it. Where is it? Oop, 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 oop. I don't know. You guys can figure it out. You're smart. Not. Yeah, 14 by 16 then. Yeah. Yeah, is it RunCam Nano 4 at all decent? I want to replace Cadex. I don't know. I haven't tried that. Morton Upshot, 20 years. Wow, man. Congratulations. It's hard to do nowadays, statistically. Seven years is a tough one. It seems to be statistically that's the 6, 7, 8 year range is the tough one to get over. But go for it, dude. All right, guys. One more minute here. We're gonna close the giveaway down for the House Express LRS FPV dongle adapter thingamabobber doohickey Raspberry Pi DIY. I designed the case. I helped. Just so you guys know. Yeah. I had fun designing it. I actually hate designing things in Fusion, but I like to do it because it keeps me semi-proficient at it. You know, one of those things. But all right, guys, let me start working on the wheel here, and we'll give this sucker away. All right, closing it down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's see. Morton Upside says she can accept her shit and she can accept yours. It's pretty easy. Never lie to her by choice. Just tell her not to ask anything she doesn't want to hear. Fair enough, you know. Fair enough. All right, guys. Got the wheel up here. Boom, boom. All right, we have 21 entries. If your name's not on there, I am sorry. The machine got you. Better luck next time. We're going to shuffle this thing up, and you guys know what happens next. Give me time between 10 and 60. One Vision, just got your DM. I'll get to you as soon as the live stream's over. 1 and 50. Come on, guys. Give me a time, and we'll spin this sucker. 42. There it is. 4 and a 2. There we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and good luck. I want to thank House FPV again for putting this on. If you want to get a hold of one of these, you can let your legal tender speak for you. Why is it not letting me do that? Live stream chat. Copy. And paste. Nope, not what I wanted. Lawrence, congratulations. You have won an Express LRS House FPV Simdapter. If you want to buy one, you can find it right here at FPVExchange.com. Let your legal tender speak for you and get what it is you're looking for. And here it is. Congratulations, Lawrence. He's on the sim now. Yeah, Lawrence puts in some serious time on the sim. Lawrence, do you do Bluetooth or do you do direct connect to your radio right now? I'm assuming you probably direct connect. Should have let me know, man. I would have sent you the guts to it. You could have printed the case. Cable. Yeah, that's what I figured. It'd be interesting to see, since you sim a lot on the cable. It'll be interesting to see what you think when you're doing it through the sim adapter. I really want to know what your thoughts are. If you think it's just as fast, or if you can actually feel some latency. There's got to be some latency in there, but I can't imagine it's much. I wish I knew a way to quantify the latency, wired versus wireless versus Bluetooth, as far as XpressLRS goes, for the sim thing. But anyways, guys, that will do it for today. Thank you so much for coming out. I greatly appreciate it. This is like the highlight of my FPV week, except for last week flying out in the Southwest. That was awesome. It's such a stark contrast from the flat, humid, grassy, swampy bullshit that I have here in Southern Alabama. But yeah. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to get out of here. We'll see you next weekend. Thank you for coming out, and make sure you like, subscribe, do all that YouTubery stuff. Go to tweetfv.com and get yourself a set of grips. Ask everybody who has them. They make you fly 33% better, according to those people, or 73%. Some sort of percent. They make you fly better. Not my words. That's theirs. Somebody should put that in. If you've bought grips from me, go to tweetfv.com and leave a review, please. And somebody put in there that it makes you fly 75% better. I'd definitely approve that one. All right, guys. I'm going to get out of here. Talk to you next time. And as always, folks, looking for the button on my stream deck. There it is. As always, guys, stay positive. See you next week.